Are you trading the right time frame? Are you trading the right trading strategy for you personally? Look, trading isn't easy, and one size does not fit all in trading. So if you're somebody that's struggling a little bit, in this lesson we're going to dive into something that may be a little bit uncomfortable, and I'd imagine quite a few people will bow after the first 30 seconds. But for those of you that do stay around and watch to the end, there's some nice nuggets right at the end that I will hope will help you with your trading. Let's get back into the trading room and get through the next lesson. Okay, back into the trading room. Okay, look at this title here. I absolutely love it. You're not average, you're just getting started. So let's dive into this lesson and see what it's all about, because for me, this is no doubt all about you. You as an individual, not your mates in your trading WhatsApp group or anybody else. This is all about you and your trading future. And I want you to think about this as we go through the learning on this lesson. I want you to think about your style, your personality style, because your personality gets laid down at a very young age. Around 5 to 7 years of age, you start to get that personality that's your natural style that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And it gets shaped around your environment in particular and your parents. Now, from the age of 25 and 30, your personality traits become noticeably stable. Well, makes sense, doesn't it? You've got quite a bit of history behind you already from at the age around 30 years of age. You know, you've been to school, you've been to uni or whatever, and you pretty much had your personality laid down, your natural style. Now, what happens then, guys, is that with your natural style, that's the way you are in everyday life. Okay, but when you go to work or when you start trading, then you feel like you may need to adjust that style to be successful in that role. And this fascinated me for years. Why do I coach some people that just get it and some people take a little bit longer to get it? Some people risk too much and others don't risk too much, and some demo trade for 6 months and some never demo trade. You give somebody the same strategy and one makes money, the other doesn't make money. What is that all about? I was so fascinated. In 2020, I decided to get qualified as a certified professional in personality profiling, and it really did help not only in my own trading but with myself mentoring clients as well. And it really does, as a coach, if you get that personality that comes through that is a certain style, then you know how to coach them in the right way. One size does not fit all in trading. So make that your number one goal. Trade to your strengths. Okay. Now, if you're not making any money at all and you're not being consistent as a trader, you will probably need to adjust your trading style. Let's have a little look here. Now, we do profiles on everyone that comes through to our mentorship program. Okay, we have to work closely with clients here at Trading College. So I need to know who I am coaching, okay, and how they're going to learn. Now, on the left-hand side here, profile number 1 is their perceived need to adjust to trading. Now, this person thinks that they need to be less. These letters up here is DISC. They need to be less C. Okay, so up here they feel like they need to be more cautious, which is S. We'll go through what each one means in a minute. And what I'd like you to do is start thinking about what style you are on the next slide, okay? Now, they come through here. The profile came through as C 75%, all right, which is this area here, S 20%, and D 5%. Their perceived need to adjust, which is their natural style over here, is quite high. It's C. But they feel like in trading they need to be less C. All right, so let's just go into the styles and we'll come back to that slide. Now, let's start with the personality style of D. Now, nobody is just one style 100%, okay? You're a bit of both. You're a bit of not everything, but probably three. You're probably three styles. I've seen people that come through the reports with two styles, but you're normally a bit of three styles, okay? So D style personalities: direct, demanding, results orientated, assertive, decisive, independent, impatient, strong-willed, okay? D styles. You can probably guess there's quite a few in high-powered positions that may well be D-style personalities. And in trading, those D-style personalities love small time frames, short time frames, like 10-second charts, 1-minute charts, 2-minute charts. They get stuck in, they never demo trade, they just go straight in with a live account. And, they get frustrated quite quickly, because if the market doesn't do what they want it to do, then they get a little bit upset with that. C-styles are very analytical, detailed people, exact, systematic. Huge amount of traders at Trading College are C-style personalities. They look at charts, they look at data, they're logical. All right, so they analyze the charts in a lot more detail than somebody like a D style that will just get stuck in. And then there's the S style personality here, steady Eddie. These guys and girls may demo trade for quite a long time. They need to be sure that they know what they're doing in trading. They know their trading plan, and they just want to take it really carefully. And they might do smaller position sizing to start with, just to feel their way into it. They're very nice people, very stable, backbone of a family, and very pleasant people. In trading, you just gotta, as a coach, you just gotta edge them on a little bit more. Take them out their comfort zone a little bit, move them into a little bit of D. So the I style traders, are just outgoing, spontaneous, the life and soul of the party, enthusiastic, optimistic, animated, persuasive. People like this. They're great to be around, aren't they? I've just had a losing trade. Doesn't matter. I'll make the money back again on the next trade. They don't mind about that. They're having fun, whether they're making money or losing money. D-style personalities do not like losing money at all, guys. And C-style personalities will just back test. If they've had a losing trade, they'll analyze the charts even more. Now, there is no right or wrong here. This is just personality types. And we're just now adapting it to trading. All right. So if you don't know yourself, then how on earth have you got any chance of really trading your right style, your right time frame? And if you are losing money at the moment, maybe just sit back and just do a report. I'm sure there's loads of free ones online. We are very much partnering with Extended Disc in the US. So think about that, all right? So let's go back here to the client here. So let's go now. The natural style is C. So he's obviously quite detailed, and I'm going to be coaching this client soon. We won't name names, of course. But, he likes detail. There's 75% here of him as a detailed person. He might even be an engineer. I get a lot of traders that are engineers. They like the data, they like the numbers. I'm a C-type personality, but not as high as 75%. So he's also quite cautious as well. Nice guy, I would imagine. S 20%. He's got 5% D. All right. So what I think, before I even start speaking to this client, is that he loves the system that we use. He loves all the way we're going to work out risk management and add into trades and building positions and day trading, swing trading. But he probably is a little bit cautious of actually placing trades. You do need some D style in you to, get in and place a trade. And I reckon this is a really good personality profile here, I think, because the C part of him will be very analytical. He'll be looking at the charts and making sure that the signal is correct on the indicators. The S will make him cautious. The D, we need to just ramp that up a little bit, because he might overanalyze. He might not take a trade unless the setup on the chart is absolutely perfect. So we're always working on development, aren't we, guys? We're always trying to get better and better. And if you can get better a little bit just by knowing oneself, then, you know, there's plenty of room at the top for successful traders. The bottom part of it, you know, at the bottom where 70% of traders lose money, it's quite crowded, isn't it? And I'd love you to just, and these lessons, I hope they're helping you to really sort of just get a bit better. If you can get better, you know, get a bit more of an edge over other traders, then you're going to go on and do, you know, very, very well indeed. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, as I said, it gets laid down to your at a very young age, your personality and your natural style and your perceived need to adjust. Now, there is a book out by Thomas Erickson here, and he talks about these 4 personality types. It's worth getting, guys, not just for trading, but just for, you know, everyday life and human behavior in general, if you're really into that, which I certainly am, because in 2020 I decided to go on and get qualified as a coach in this area, which was very good fun indeed. So let's look at dominance here, the D style personality, 2-minute charts. I don't want to drag somebody who's a D, a dominant D, away from a 2-minute or a 5-minute time frame, really, because they're not going to be happy. All right, now we just need a clear strategy, a clear set of rules. Once that trade sets up, then take the trade without any hesitation whatsoever. If I start to pull a D style personality away from day trading, they're not going to be happy. Look, if I'm going to put them on a weekly time frame, they get so bored. It's not their way. But the problem with Ds, or the challenges with D style personalities, they blow out really quickly. And so when I'm coaching Ds, it is trading plan, trading plan, trading plan. You follow this strategy, 1, 2, 3 steps, and then you can take the trade. You're allowed to take the trade, but you only take the trade when that strategy sets up and you tick the box that is set up with the parameters that we have decided. All right, you can do day trades straight away, but make sure that it fits the criteria that we've put together. Okay. Now, influencers are here. They want to do 5-minute time frames. We've got to get them to focus. And another checklist is important for an I-type personality. They'll want to do day trades, of course, because otherwise they'll get bored as well. They like the excitement. With I personalities, they jump from strategy to strategy. We've got to make sure they're focused and they're following their bullet points and the checklist for their trading strategy. They'll do one strategy today. They'll go online on YouTube, look for another strategy. Then 2 days later, they'll look for another strategy, and they just get really bored with it. All right, so we've got to make sure they focus. With I personality, we give them a window of opportunity. Trade from, let's say, 7 to 8. Take a break. All right, 7 to 8. You've got a window of opportunity. You need to focus within that time period, whatever that time period is. But they need that time period to focus on their trade strategy. Once that time frame has finished, they can then go off and have fun and get on their WhatsApp and start sending, you know, photos to their mates and jokes, and they can get on and do that. All right, but that opportunity is in a certain window for trading. Steadiness with the S-type personalities. You know, really, I think majority of the time we don't want S-type personalities trading off a 2-minute chart. It's just too much for them. Remember, they're quite cautious and steady. So 60-minute time frames are good. You know, if they want to be day traders, 4-hour time frames are great. Now, C-type personalities, you know, they could day trade. You know, C-type personalities like it all setting up nicely. You know, I feel like with C personality type traders, it's more the daily time frames, weekly time frames, or weekly and 4-hour combination. You know, just add 2 time frames. This time frame sets up, this time frame's the trigger, and it's normally slower time frames. Okay. And as I said earlier, C-type personalities, I'm a C. I'm a C personality type. I'm a C, I'm an I, and I've got D as well. D's the competitiveness from the sport, of course. D was so dominant when I started trading 20 odd years ago that I had to back off with the D and get a bit more C, guys. All right, so I moved into C, bit more steady, and now, you know, it's working great. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's have a little look here at some examples, and these are real traders. Trader 1, complete beginner, who is an S-type personality, Steady Eddie, remember, decided she wanted to swing trade and was progressing really well, making steady profits. We'd gone through the strategies, we'd gone through the trading plan. This was perfect for her, making steady gains. Then suddenly, out the blue, and if she's watching this video, she knows exactly who she is, she decided to start day trading, as others were making fast gains in our live trading room. All right, so she got a bit of like, well, I'm going to give it a go. At this stage, she was still in the discovery phase of her trading. So we call this the discovery. When you're a brand new trader, you've never traded before, you're a beginner, you know, you don't really know what type of trading you want to do. And you sort of have a dabble in day trading, dabble in swing trading. And we call this the discovery phase. If you're somebody that's already been trading, then you've already gone through the discovery phase. You already know that you're not very good at day trading, or you're great at swing trading, or you're good at 60-minute time frames. And she just decided to day trade, and it was a complete disaster. As she soon realized she didn't feel comfortable with day trading. She was taking her laptop around the house with her while she was looking after her pets, and with the speed of the markets, so we got her back into slower pace trading and deeper analysis, and she loves that. She had to day trade for a while to realize that she didn't want to day trade, but we knew straight away that the S-type personality can day trade, but really they're suited for a little bit more slower time frames. Okay, and she's literally crushing it, making absolutely thousands of pounds return. She normally trades US shares on the swing trades and literally loves it. Now, trader number 2, high D personality. When you're coaching somebody that's high D, you know, you've got to be a little bit gentle with them, because they're very focused on, and they're very direct with what they want to do. But if they haven't made money before, if they've lost money before, then as a coach, you've got the high ground, haven't you? Because you're teaching them to actually stop losing money and to now start making money. Now, they love the pace of scalping markets. Great. Let's try and coach ourselves around being good at trading fast markets. His only challenge is he has his own business and tends to get distracted during the day. So a lot of people will have their own businesses. They start trading from their phones. So what we decided was not to stop day trading, but only take day trades when he's back at his trading screens and he can focus, okay, and he's not working. We're not going to stop him day trading. Now, other time frames when he's at work can be taken in larger time frames, like 60-minute, 4-hour time frames in particular. He still feels he's day trading because the gains still come during one trading day. These love returns and profits quick. He is a happy man because he is making money, and he doesn't get any FOMO, fear of missing out, because he knows he has a window of trading opportunities throughout the week. All right, so when he's got time away from his business, he can trade the markets and do his 2-minute scalping trade strategies. All right, and when he's away from the market and he's working in his business, you know, he's got the 4-hour time frame trades going on with his stop profit targets all in place. All right, so he's absolutely loving it. He's got structure. He can day trade. We haven't taken anything away from him, and he is doing very well indeed. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, maybe think about what type of person you are and then adapt it to your own trading. And if you're somebody that's not making consistent profits, maybe because you're using the wrong time frame, maybe you're just making the same mistakes because of the type of personality you are. I hope it helps. It's up for discussion. This is an area I'm very interested in. Please put a comment down below and let us know how you're getting on, and tell us about your type of personality and anything that you can learn from this video. Okay, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you soon.